Vega Subair and I'm number 35. Today I will present to you that English chapter 9 until chapter 12. And the first is chapter 9. In this chapter, we must analyze the social function, structure, and linguistic element of the factual report. And we are given some point. The first point is guessing game. In this guessing game, we are given some statement and we must guess the meaning or the things that are meant in this statement. After that, we move into the next point is observing and guessing and questioning. Sorry. And this point, we are given a text about poetry, Persian poetry, and we must read the text. After that, we must answer some questions that are given to us. After that, we are moved to the vocab builder, and this point we are given some vocabularies, and we must find the meaning and the meaning in both English and Indonesian, and yes, like that. And the example of the vocab is scroll and vessel. After that, we must move to the next point is pronunciation practice. In this point, we must practice on our pronunciation of the vocab that we are given earlier. And the example is where, porcelain, scroll, vessel, and pottery. After that, move to the next point is C, collecting information. In this point, we must read and practice in conversation. We are given a text of conversation and we must practice it with our friends. After that, we move into the next point is D, associating. In this point, we must observe a text and that we must find the text structure of the text. After that, move to the next point is the grammar review. We must review our grammar based on the text earlier, and we must find the sentence which is contain past tense and present tense. After that, move to the next point is E, communicating. At this point, we must make a group and discuss about grammar. The grammar in the Persian poetry earlier. After that, we must move to the next point is writing out outline of essay. We must make an outline of an essay, and after that we must make a factual report based on the outline we make. After that, we must do a peer feedback. We must ask for our peer to give us feedback about the factual report that we have made. After that, rewriting. We must rewrite our peers or yes, the other friends factual report, or maybe we can rewrite our factual report that have been given we have given the feedback, and we can rewrite our factual report based on the feedback we have got earlier. After that, we move to the next chapter is chapter 9. The function of this chapter is almost the same with the chapter 9. This chapter 10. The function is almost the same with the chapter 9. That is analyzing factual report, social structure, and linguistic element of a factual report. The first point is almost the same with the chapter 9 is guessing game. After that, move into the next point is almost the same, observing and questioning. The first point of the observing and questioning in this chapter is discussing about Bedouin people. After that, we are given some text about Bedouin people and we must read through all of them. After that, we are given question based on the text we have read earlier about the Bedouin people. Moving to the next point is vocab builder. Also the same with the chapter 9, we are given some vocab and we must find the meaning both in Indonesian and in English. After that, move to the next point is grammar review. And after that, text structure. We must find the text structure of the text earlier. After then, we move to the next point is collecting information. The first is listening. We are given some audio or maybe direct speech from our for our teacher or maybe our friend about the factory report. After that, we must comprehend or understanding about the content in that speech. After that, we must comprehend that, okay, and then we must speaking. We must do speaking. We must retell about the point of that um, yeah, speech or maybe report. Okay. After that, we must do a presentation about that and move to the next point is conversation. We must do a conversation with our friend about the um, material or you can say the theme earlier. For that, we must read some factory report, and then yes, we must read the factory report from the book in chapter 10. And after that, we must find a new factual report or factual text or report text or whatever from the other source like newspaper or maybe internet or something like that. Moving to the next point is associating. In this point, we are given some. The first is grammar exercise. We must practice our grammar, and we are given some question or maybe statement or sentence, and we must make the sentence right. After that is vocabulary exercise. We must practice our vocab. We are given some question about this vocabulary, and we are must make them into a right sentence. After that, we got some matching word, and we have some word or maybe sentence, and we must matching them. So that's it. And yeah, we must make a right match. So that is use noun phrase. Must practice or noun. I is not. Um, we must. Oh, we must learn about noun phrase, frasa in Indonesia. After that, we are writing. In this point, we must create a factual report based on the theme of the factual report is up to us, and we can find them through various source like internet or newspaper or whatever. After that, we got peer editing. We must let our peer or our friends edit our factual report like earlier. After that, the next point is communicating. The first is publish work. We must publish our work, or you can say our factual report that we have created earlier, and we must publish it on the internet or whatever. You have blog, you can publish it in your blog. And after that, we are given filling blank. In this point, we are given some sentences with some blank word that we must fill it into a right sentence. After that, we are given some jumble sentence, and we have to how do you call it? We must make it into a good paragraph. We must build it into a good paragraph. After that is rewrite text. We must rewrite the text of the paragraph, and then moving to the next chapter is chapter 11. The function of this chapter is analyzing social function, structure, and linguistic element of newspaper, radio, and television. The first point is warmer. In this point, we are given some text and we must read it. read the text. Moving to the next point is observing and questioning. In this point, the first thing we have to do is listening to news. Listening to news here, and we are maybe given audio, or maybe we can also directly hear the presentation or the speech of our teacher or maybe someone else. After that, we must answer question based on the speech or presentation earlier. After that, we have to read in the news or in the book, or you can say, yes, in this chapter we are given some text and we must read it. And then move to the next point is reading to observe and compare. In this point, we must observe the text we are already given. And this point we are given two texts. The first text is about Hunger Bridge and the second is about Jakarta. The next point is we must answer the question that we are already given to us about the two texts earlier. And after that, we must create the question about the text. Also, we must compare the text 1 and 2 about the Hunger Bridge and Jakarta earlier. After that, moving to the reading, the next point, reading, is read and answer question. Like the earlier, it's almost the same. After that, we must comprehend the text. We must understand, and yeah, we must understand about the text we are already given. After that is answering the questions about the text, and then we are given vocab builder, and we must given some vocabulary, and we must find the meaning in both English and Indonesia. After that is grammar review. It's almost the same. We must given some grammar sentence, and we must decide whatever it's past tense, what past tense, present tense, future tense, or whatever. After that, we must observe past verbs. We are given some verb, and yes, like that lah. After that is text structure. We must find the structure of the text we are given already. Yes. After that is moving to this point is collecting information. In this point, we must find a news. In where in finding this news, we can also use this book, the other book, or maybe newspaper, or maybe internet. Also, we can find them for the various source. After that is find direct speech. In this point, we must hear directly a speech, either from a teacher or friends or maybe the other people in the presentation or any event or whatever. After that is point D is associating. This point we can given vocabulary exercise. This point is also the same like chapter 10. After that we are given writing. We must write some, what is it, news. Yes, we must write some news. After that is like the previous is peer editing. We must ask our peer or our friend or classmate to edit the news that we have created. Okay. After that is fill blanks, and like the previously, we are given some sentences and there are blank words in it, and we must fill it to make a good sentences. After that is writing a news report, like earlier. After we write the news report, we must retell the event of the news that we have created in that report. After that is moving to the next chapter is chapter 12. The function of this chapter is almost the same, analyzing social function, structure, and linguistic element of newspaper, radio, or television. And the first point is also the same with the chapter 11. There's warmer. In this point, we have to make a pair with our friends to do our work. After that, we are given the next point, like the earlier chapter, is observing and questioning. In this observing and questioning, we are given the point is reading. We must read text that are already given to us, and then vocab builder. We given vocabulary that based on the text earlier. After that is pronunciation practice. We must practice our pronunciation about that the vocabulary that we are already given. After that is collecting information. We must collect information from the text below. Text above, or whatever. You can say. And after that is associating. Point E. The first point in this associating is text structure. We must find the text structure of the text they are already given to us. After that is grammar review. We must decide or find the grammar structure, like the past tense, future tense, or whatever from the text. After that is communicating. We must communicate with our friends, discussing about the text. After that is writing. In this point, we must write a summary or synopsis or whatever from the text, from the news that we have read earlier. After that is the next point is speaking. We must speak. We must tell the others about the summary that we have created before. After that is regroup. We must regroup with our friends and discussing about the summary that we have created our own. Okay, thank you. That's all that I can present to you or tell to you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.